Assalamu alaikum students, hoping you all are fine and stay safe at home. So today I am going to discuss chapter 6, Introduction to JavaScript. Now what is JavaScript? Basically a JavaScript is a scripting language which is used with HTML tags. I think earlier we have discussed, we have also seen, we have done practical on HTML. So now JavaScript is the tags of JavaScript are similar to HTML. So JavaScript is a scripting language and which was developed by Brandon H. It was developed for Netscape. And basically JavaScript is used with HTML web pages. It helps the web developer to manipulate the browser, and JavaScript has the web developer, those who develop website, to manipulate the web pages. And we can run the JavaScript program on all web browsers like Mozilla, then your Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, then Safari, Opera, etc. And basically what happened, it is the script is placed within the head. So basically the JavaScript statement are placed within this one, within the tag script, and basically the script is an container element as it has both on and off tag. So in between this script we place the JavaScript statement, and the script and this script are generally placed in between the tag body. So here in this place we place the JavaScript statement, and as I have told that the JavaScript statement are placed within the script tag, and the script tag is placed within the body tag. Now the JavaScript has two main attributes. One is language, another is type. So this attribute, the language attribute, describes the scripting language used. Basically the scripting language what we use is JavaScript. The type, now JavaScript has two attributes, the language and the type. The type, this is the attribute which contains the scripting language type. Basically the values are text or JavaScript. So the attributes of JavaScript are two, language and type. The value of language is JavaScript and the value of type is, basically in class 10 when you was in the practical base we have the language is the JavaScript and type is text or JavaScript. Now I think you could remember we have done our HTML, we have written the HTML tag, the HTML codes on Notepad. Similarly the JavaScript statements, the JavaScript codes are written in Notepad. So we basically write the statement in Notepad and we save it as .html. So we write the JavaScript statement in Notepad and save it as HTML, same like in HTML. Only differs, what it differs is the tag. Like here we will write like this, doc type HTML. I am just showing an example of a simple JavaScript program. We will write like this, doc type HTML, then we will write HTML. Then after HTML we will write our body, because as we know that we basically write the script tag within body. We will write body, then we will write script type. Script language. As I told you that the script language is what? JavaScript. Script language is equal to, it is JavaScript, and we have type is equal to text oblique JavaScript. Now we can write within this, and our closing will be like this. We'll close the if off, we'll off the script, then we'll off, because the script is before body, so we'll off the script, then body, and then HTML. So here one thing you can see, it is the code. The codes of the text is similar to HTML. Only thing you have to write here, this one. The script language is equal to JavaScript, and type is equal to text oblique JavaScript. Now I am showing an example. We have a special command known as alert in JavaScript. Alert, and say I wrote YouTube classes. So what will happen? This alert in your interface, in your output, we'll see a page comes and it will show like this, YouTube classes. For the following example, you can see in page number 112. There is an example like this. So when we type this one, we will get, here you see hello, good morning. Here is written hello. If I write here within alert, hello, good morning. So this one message box, in a message box or message came, you can see in page number 112. So alert statement, the alert statement is used to display information to user. The general format is alert and message. Now comments. Now how many types of comments are there? Now what is comment? What is comment? I think you can just understand a little bit of comments. We had in our C, when you studied C in class 9, we had the comment. So comment means what? Say for example, the comment are not important to the code. It has no relation with the code, but it makes sense that this is this. To understand something, this is comment. Like in your book, this textbook, you can find like this top tip. Top tip is there, na? So this is like this top tip. It is like comment in JavaScript. So there are two types of comment are there. One is single line comment and another is multi-line comment. Now what is the difference between single line comment and multi-line comment? Now see, for example, if your comment is of only one line, then we call it single line comment. For example, I can write here, say comment, let me write like this, it is the body part. It is the body part. Now when I write it is the body part, now see here, all these tags have some functions in this JavaScript, but this has no function because this is a comment. It is just placed to make someone understand this is what. Now I wrote here within double slash. Within double slash I wrote it is the body part. Means this what? It is comment. So this is known as single line comment. It is only single line, and a single line comment is placed with double slash. Then we have another type of comment which is known as multi-line comment. Now what is multi-line comment? Multi-line comment is like this. Is JavaScript JavaScript code to test a program. A multi-line command starts with a slash. Then we have asterisk. Asterisk. This is known as asterisk. This is there in the keyboard. Asterisk. It starts with slash. Then we have asterisk. Then we have the comment, and we close it. First, we'll close the asterisk, and then with the slash. So I think you understand there are two types of commenter there: single line comment and multi-line comment. A single line comment consists of only single line. It is given with two double slash, and the multi-line comment starts with a slash, asterisk. Then we can have more than two lines, more than three lines. Then we will close it with asterisk and slash. This is known as multi-line comment. Now, what is variable? What is variable? Variable means, let me give an example. Sometimes that in your maths program, that sometime a question comes like this, that there were this number of mangoes. John ate 10 mangoes. Abdul ate these mangoes, like this, and like this. Some puzzle question comes. Then what we do? We do one thing. Let Abdul share be X. Let John share be Y. Is not it? So like this, when we place something in a program that we do not have any value may come, we place the X, Y, any number. These are known as variable. A variable is a name storage area whose value is stored and can be retrieved later when required. Now variable is a name storage. Here I told the X, we can have the name X, Y, even I can have the variable name of my name also. Variable name, my name is a variable name. So variable name are the name storage area which are used to represent a memory and which can be used later on when required. Now, what are the rules for naming variables? Basically, this is very important. The rules for naming variables. Just read this properly. What are the rules for naming variables? I am telling the first. The name of the variable must begin with a letter or underscore character. The name must begin with a letter, means A, B, C, D, or with underscores character. The name of a variable cannot start with a digit, but it can have digit. But the first character should be a letter or a underscore character. After that, we can have letter, number, digits, underscore, anything. So I am just showing an example. Say number, N-U-M-B-E-R, number 1. Number 1 is a valid variable because the name starts with an letter. If I write like this, 1 value, this is invalid because the name of the variable must begin with a letter. Understand? So number 1. Number 2, it should not be a reserved word. There are basically some reserved word. Now what is reserved word? Every language has some reserved word that has inbuilt meaning to that computer compiler or interpreter translator. So inbuilt meaning are there. So reserved word. So the name of the variable cannot be a reserved word. Number 3, you cannot have spaces in a variable. You cannot have spaces in between variable. I cannot write like this. Say number space 1, invalid. We can write like this, number underscore 1. It is valid. So that means we cannot have spaces. And number 4, JavaScript is a case sensitive. Remember, JavaScript is a case sensitive. So there is a difference between, say if I write like this, N-U-M-B-E-R, number, then I write like this, N-U-M-B-E-R, BER. Remember, these two are different. It starts with all are in small letters, and this starts with a capital letter and rest all are small. But these two are different. To JavaScript, these two are two different variables. So JavaScript is a case sensitive. Now, what is reserved word? Reserved word are those words which has special meaning in JavaScript, and in your book in table number 6.2 page number 113 you can find there are some reserved order there. Now, what is data types? Now, basically JavaScript has three data types. They are numbers, strings and boolean. So basically a JavaScript contains of three types of data: the numbers, the strings and the boolean. A boolean are basically true or false. Now, how to declare a variable in JavaScript? For declaring a variable in JavaScript, we simply write like this: var, say the name of my variable is X. So it will be var X. This is how I have declared variable. Now say if I have two variables, suppose say value 1, value 2, how to declare it? So I can declare it like this: var value 1 var value 2. So two variables are there, so I have declared it. But there is a scope is there in JavaScript in which instead of 2 times I can write it 1 time like this. See, say var value 1 comma value 2. So this is how I can declare a variable in JavaScript. Now, what do you mean by assignment statement? Basically, the equal to is known as assignment statement. See, if I write like this: var x is equal to 2. So this is known as, here equal to is known as assignment statement. Because why? I am assigning a value to a variable. See here, my variable is x, so I assign a value to x. I have assigned a value to x, so this is known as assignment statement. And in book there is an example is there. We can see this example, and I am just telling how there is another one important code is that this is known as document.write. Document.write. If you had remembered when we in class 9, when you have studied C program, you have seen what? For displaying the output, we have used what? Printf. Is not it? For displaying the output, we have used the printf statement. In JavaScript, for displaying the output, we basically use a statement known as document.write. So document.write statement is used to write text. Write text means to display output on the web page. The general format of statement is document.write, and within it I can write any text. So what will happen? It is same like alert. If you get in alert within this we write text, this is display the output. Here also document.write, and what we write is inside this parenthesis is inside this bracket, same it displays in the output. So document.write statement is used for displaying the output. In your book page number 114 you can see the figure number 6.4. the program is there. Here var roll number is equal to 45. Variable means var means variable, roll number is a variable, value is 453, and var pass true, and var to name Monica Kaur. Monica Kaur is the name of a string. As you remember, there are three types of data is there. One is text, another is number, and another is boolean. So all the three are used. 453 is a number, true is a boolean, and Monica Kaur is a string. And basically a string we write within inverted comma. single inverted comma. Here you see one thing in this example 6.4, figure 6.4, page number 114. Document dot write roll number within double point is written, roll number is written, then plus is given and then roll number is written. So what happened? This roll number written within double comma, this is displayed same in output. You can see the figure 6.5, roll number has come. Now after that plus is there, plus roll number, that roll number is same as var roll number, so the value will come. Value is 453. So this document, this is how the document dot statement is used. And the semicolon in JavaScript, so basically semicolon means this one. We simple statement JavaScript generally followed by semicolon, but you can omit semicolon. Basically you could have remember in C, after each statement we have given the semicolon. Here in JavaScript it you can give, but it is not mandatory to give a semicolon. But if you can give, you can see the example is there. Roll number is equal to 453 semicolon, past is equal to true semicolon, student name Monica course semicolon in page number 115. The example is there. Now operators in JavaScript. What are the types of operators? Now what do you mean by operator? Operator means which performs some operations. Say, if I give an example, say 2 plus 3. Now because of the plus, the result comes as equal to 5. So this is an operator. Plus is an operator. So basically arithmetic operator, the operators arithmetic operator. So arithmetic operators are plus, minus, divide. Arithmetic operators are so let me erase it. Plus, minus, this is divide, this is multiplication, and this is known as modulus, the remainder. So these are basically arithmetic operation, plus addition, subtraction. This is division, multiplication. What is modulus? Yes, modulus means the remainder. Modulus is used to find out the remainder after division. So these are the arithmetic operators. Then we have the increment and decrement operators. Now what do we mean by increment and decrement operators? The increment operator increases and the decrement operator decreases. The increment operator used like this plus plus and decrement is used minus minus. Now see, a plus plus, a plus plus, a plus plus. Other meaning is that a is equal to a plus 1. Here, for example, the value of a is 3. The value of a is 3. So here it will become 4. It is increased. So increment means increases. And likewise, the decrement means decrease. Suppose a minus minus. Suppose say a is equal to 5. So what is the value of a minus minus? A minus minus will be 4. The meaning of a minus minus is equal to a is equal to a minus 1. So it is 5 minus 1, 4. So these are increment and decrement operators. Then we have the comparison operator. There are around 6 comparison operators are there in JavaScript. They are known as first is double equal to. Now I am just giving an example. What is the meaning of A is equal to B and A double equal to B? See here, A is equal to B means what? The value of B is assigned to A. The value of B is assigned to A, or you can say that the value of A and B are equal. Here, A double equal to B means what? It checks. Remember, it checks whether A is equal to B. And the result of this operation is either true or false, because it is comparison operation, so the result will be either true or false. Like this we have another one, say greater than equal to, less than equal to, then we have greater than, less than, then we equal to, not equal to. We have not equal to. See, in mathematics, in arithmetic, whenever you write like this, say A not equal to B. How do you write it in computer programming? We write it like this: A not, this means not equal to B. So the result of this will be either true or false. So these all are known as comparison operators. Then we have logical operators. So basically there are actually see, computer is a logical device. It performs everything logically, how it is programmed. So there are three types of logical operations in a computer. In a JavaScript, they are and, or not. This is known as and, this is or, sorry, this is or, and this is not. This is and or not. This is and, this is or, and this is not. These all are the logical operations, and the result of this either true or false. Then we have the compound assignment statements. We have the compound. See, suppose I am writing A is equal to A plus 3. This statement I can write it shorter like this: A plus equal to 3. A plus equal to 3 means A is equal to A plus 3. So these two are equal, same. Say I am writing another one. A, say I am writing B. B is equal to B minus 6. I can write like this: B minus equal to 6. This means what? B is equal to B minus 6. So these are known as compound assignment operators, and like this you can see example is there in the book. This is very easy, you can study yourself. Then we have the conditional operator. Now what is conditional operator? Conditional operator is represented by this one, question mark and colon. Now this means what? We will have a condition. We will have a condition. Now if the condition is true, the value after question mark comes. If the condition is false, the value after, if it is true, the value after question mark comes. It is false, the value after column comes. So before that there will be a condition. Condition, if the condition is true, the value after question mark will come. If it is false, so the value after colon will come. So this is the conditional operator. Now then we have the prompt dialog box. The prompt dialog box is used to enter input from the user. Now earlier we have discussed about how to show the output, but how to read the input. For reading the input we use one dialog box. This is known as prompt dialog box. I will show an example. So if we write here A is equal to prompt enter a number, enter a number. So what will happen? A dialog box, a message will come when you in your computer browser, that a message will come that enter a number. Now so suppose you give a number, say 16. Now what will happen? The value 16 will be assigned to A. So the value of A will be 16. The value of A will be 16. So prompt dialog box is used to enter input from the user. You can see, so there are some examples in the book. Here it is that age is equal to now okay, another thing, why I have written here 0. 0 means what? By default it will come in that the value will come as 0. You can see in your book page number 119, 119, figure 6.1314 and 6.15, and you can also see 6.16. This output is there. var age result. Now see, age is equal to prompt enter your age. See, prompt enter your age. You can see figure 6.15. In figure 6.15 we have given value of 20. Now what will happen? The value of age will be 20. Now condition is there, result is equal to age greater than 18. You are over 18 years. Now see here, whether the value of age is here what? 20. Whether 20 is greater than 18, it is true or false? It is true. So I told, if the condition is true, the thing after the result, after question mark, after it is what? You are above 18 years, this will come. Now if I had given the value here as in figure 6.15, I given as 15. So the result would have in the output figure 6.16, the output would come as you are below. Because I told now, if the condition is true, the thing after question mark comes. If the condition is false, the thing after colon comes. So this will be doing more. So if you have any problem regarding this, you can ask me. Okay. Now let us start with simple and compound statement. Now what is simple statement and compound statement? A simple statement consists of single instruction and it does not require braces to enclose it, whereas a compound statement is enclosed in consists of several groups of statement and instruction grouped in a block, and but such statement must be enclosed. So simple statement are not enclosed, but compound statement are enclosed within braces. Now if statement. Now what is if? If I write like this, say A is equal to prompt, P-R-O-M-P-T, prompt, enter your age. If A greater than equal to 18, then I wrote like this, document.write you are eligible to vote. See here, what is if? Here enter your age, you are giving a value. Say if your value is above 18, this will come. If it is below 18, no result will come. This is the condition. A, if A is greater than 18, if the value of A I am taking from where? Enter your age, this A. If the value of A is greater than 18, it will show like this, you are eligible to vote. So if is a conditional statement which is which checks the condition. If the condition is true, then this statement is executed. Now if the condition is false, what happens? If the condition false means what? If I write here enter age, if I give a value below 18, say I have given 14. So whether 14 is greater than 18 equal to no. So whether the condition is true, no it is not true, it is false. So this line will not execute. Like this, if else is there. If else means what? If the condition is true, this will, and else document.write you are not eligible to vote. See, now I am coming to another type of command. If else, if the condition is true, statement, this statement is executed. Else means what? If the condition is false, this statement is executed. So this is if else. And we can also have if else if ladder, means we can have more than one if else if if you have more than two conditions. If you have more than two conditions, we basically use if else if statement. And if else statement, we can see an example is there in your book, page number 122. See, it is in A is equal to prompt, enter the first number, B is equal to prompt, enter the second number, C is equal to prompt, enter the third number. Basically, this is a JavaScript program to check the largest of three numbers. So I am taking the three number. First number as A, second number as B, third number as C. Now, if A is greater than B and A is greater than C, definitely A is greater. Now, if A is greater than B, but A is not greater than C, definitely C is greater. So, like this, some condition is there. So, here we will find more than one set of, if else, and these are known as if else if statement. Then we have the switch statement, switch. Now, the switch, instead of writing repeated if else, I can write switch statement also, switch. So, switch statement switches between some conditions. So, you can see in your book, page number 123, if there are large number of alternative roots in the if statement, a switch case statement is used. Means if you have more than two alternative roots, then we can use, instead of if else, we can use the switch statement. And switch statement general syntax is like this: switch expression, then within this case constant 1, then we have statement, and then we have break. After every statement, there should be a break. After every case, in case of switch statement, after every case, there is a break. After every case, you can see in an example. Okay, let me show one example to you. It is a very interesting example. In your book, it is there, page number 124, figure number 6.23. See, here I have written what? I am telling what? Number is equal to prompt, enter a number, switch. So I will have the switch the number, switch number, case 1. So case 1, it will like show like this. It is, say I am writing, day is equal to it is Sunday. Then break like this. Case 2, day is equal to it is Monday, break. Case 3, day is equal to it is Tuesday, break. Like this will go on. Last you have default, you can have default document to write. There is no, if you give a value outside, say 1 is Sunday, 1 is Sunday, 2 is Monday, like this, so 7 will be your Saturday. So there is no value of 8. So if you show 8, it will show a default value. So this is how I can use the switch statement. And the switch statement evaluates the expression. It checks whether the expression is equivalent to a constant 1. Okay. Now, if expression is not, suppose say case 2, day is equal to, it is Monday break, case 3, day, it is Tuesday. Then we have break. See here, say here is given a number, enter in a number. Say I have given the value 2, so it will switch 2. Now case 1, whether the value is now numbers were 2, so it will not show this, so it will show, no it is not, it will break, it will go here, then it will show the result like this, it is Monday. Like this it checks all the condition. If the expression is not equal to constant 1, it checks again constant 2. If it is equal to this, it will execute the group of, these are the group of statement. This is the group of statement. First it will check here and it will execute this statement. Now there are some limitations of switch statement. The limitations are, the case level cannot be a variable. The case level cannot be a variable. We always should give between a double inverted comma. For example, n, case n is a variable. Number 2, the case level cannot be a range. Now the case level cannot be a range. The level cannot be a range. So these are the two of the limitations of switch statement. So here concludes the chapter, and if there are some, because there are some programs are there, so you do one thing, you watch the video, and by that time you also at the same time you open the book and just go on seeing the programs. If you have any confusion in the programs, you can ask me, and also after the school opens, we will doing the practical on this JavaScript. So now we can study all the, you can see the programs. If you have any confusion, you can ask, and hoping you all are doing well and studying well. So I have just request to you, you study much more in the, because these are, we are getting holidays, so you study much more and stay safe, and okay, and thank you.